Hi everybody, and thanks for watching. Have you ever loved a new song or a new video from one of your favorite artists and you got so excited, it made you feel so good and so happy that you wanted to share it with your friends, like right now? Have you ever had a friend so excited about a new video or a new song that, you know, you're walking down the street and they're sticking the earbud in your ear, you gotta listen to this right now, you gotta listen to it right now, or hold of the tablet in your face, look, watch this video, it's really good, watch it right now. Have you ever later on kind of realized you like the song, but maybe you just weren't in the mood to listen to a new song or a new video at that very moment? It's kind of the same when it comes to awakening. You know, one of the greatest issues I read about, one of the greatest questions that many of you write me about, is that conflict that we have when we're so excited with our awakening, we're so excited with our aha moments, our epiphanies, that we want to shake the people around us to wake up. We want to shake our family members, our loved ones, our friends, the whole world. We want them to wake up, and everybody's always asking me, how do I awaken my friends and my family and the people I love? It's so frustrating. I get so angry. They drive me crazy. They hate me. We argue. All of these things. And it's very common. It's very, very common. Let me tell you a little bit about something I used to do. Okay. Back in my teens and my 20s, when I was experimenting with, psychedelics and other mind-altering medicines, I remember having these really amazing spiritual experiences, like, let's say on the beach, and I'd be staring at the stars and having this really wild, amazing time and experience, through, seeing through the veil or whatever you wish to call it, or it could have just been having a really wild experience. But I remember with my friends, that were experimenting at that time as well, going, oh my God, we have to go to this place, we have to do it like this, we have to sit like this, you have to stand like this, and me wanting them to have that same experience that I had the week before, or, a couple nights before, or whatever. It never happened. They never had the same experience I had. Even though I really wanted it for them. I was like, wow, I really had this really awakening experience. I saw my higher self. I talked to my angels, blah, 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 blah. It never really quite worked out that way. And of course, now I've gotten older and I've studied the idea of shamanic vision questing and have had very successful results. But I learned that you can't make the event happen for the person. When we awaken, it's kind of like we're having that aha moment. We're having that epiphany, and it's ours, and it's strictly ours. It's not that we're not meant to share it, but the experience itself is for you, created for you, probably by you, in a sense, whether it's your higher self or not. But it's not going to be the same experience for somebody else. The awakening is spontaneous, the awakening is individual, and the awakening is something that only happens when you are ready to listen. And the same can be said for your friends and your family and your loved ones and the world itself. Having a geopolitical epiphany, having an activist epiphany, having a spiritual epiphany, whatever it is that you are awakening to, that is for you. That is for you to embrace. You can't force the awakening on another person. You can't, well, you can. It wouldn't be suggested to resent others for not having the same awakening that you're having. So many times I see it all over Facebook, all over these alternative websites. Oh, sheeple this, and the sheep, and you stupid sheeple, and you effing sheeple, and Sheeple, sheeple, sheeple. You know what? I was guilty too. I was guilty for probably the first year of my second awakening. Getting angry, getting frustrated. I'm not saying don't be angry, don't be frustrated. You're adjusting with a whole new perception of the world. You're adjusting to having literally the floor ripped out from under you. Your understanding, your foundation has been altered to a sense that you will never ever get back to that, how shall we say, you know, I forgot what it was, the red pill, the blue pill mentality. You'll never have that again. Once you've awakened to truth, it's there. And there's nothing you can do to run back and hide from it. You know, a lot of times we're, you know, tempted to go back into that blue pill, you know, ooh, I want to taste that steak again from that scene in The Matrix. But the reality of it is that there is no way to go back. And while you're struggling with these new perceptions of the world, with this new greater clarity, it would behoove you, and it does behoove us, to have patience not only with ourselves, but with the people around us. Acknowledge they are where they need to be at that moment. There is no reason to resent others for living their path. It is their path. That's your path. That's their path. Do you want to enable the destruction of the planet? Of course, speak up. If your friends are doing something that, you know, I don't know, throwing garbage out the window when they're driving or something like that, maybe you used to do it and now you don't do it because you've had your awakening, you know, all things said, what's right is right, and you're not going to enable harm. We don't want to enable harm, but we also want to create a safe space for the people that we love, the people who are in our lives, to spread their own wings at their own time. Now, what can you do? What can you do to help your friends and family to awaken? Not to sound cliche. It is cliche. Be an example. And what I mean by be an example is not, you know, be Gandhi, be perfect, whatnot. I feel that a lot of people get turned off by the whole idea of the global awakening or the global shift or the new global paradigm, whatever you want to call it, because there is so much resentment going on. You know, we see it with the Alex Joneses of the world screaming at people, calling them idiots, you know, all that kind of stuff. We see it on Facebook, friends calling friends sheeple, calling them asleep, calling them names. It's no different than the world they're living in already. It's still full of conflict. It's still full of anger. It's still full of fear. What I mean by being the example is taking the high road. Taking the high road of being the example of love. Being the example of not supporting global mega corporations, or at least showing an example of a harm reduction lifestyle. You know, somebody said to me, "Oh, well, you smoke, you drink beer, this and that." Well, you know what? That's what I do. But in my harm reduction, I do my best not to purchase GMOs. I do my best not to purchase fluoridated products. I do my best not to support mega corporations, and that's what I mean by harm reduction. Nobody's going to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. I'm not perfect. But I do feel, for me, and for many of my friends, and for many of you, I try to set an example of what living a harm-reduced lifestyle means. So just do that. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to drink kombucha tea and do yoga 24 hours a day and never shop at Walmart and never drink Coca-Cola and never do anything that everyone is telling you you shouldn't do because you've awakened. It's too big of a call. And when your friends and your family are seeing these instructions, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, it's aggravating. Yeah, I used to be one of those people that's like, oh, I'm not going there, that's corporate. Oh, I'm not doing this, that's, evil, or that's, they own that, they own that. Don't give your money to evil corporations. Just don't give them your money. Don't get into partnerships with evil corporations. Don't support them. That's one thing. But the reality of it is that that's your choice. That's your choice to live in integrity. So yeah, you can awaken your friends and your family by living in integrity of what being genuine is to you, by being true to yourself, by coming from a place of love, of understanding, of compassion, and being the example of, wow, maybe I do want to work on my personal awakening. Maybe your friends will start saying, well, he's doing something right. Maybe I should look into that video series that Bernard guy is doing, or that book that so-and-so is reading, or that documentary about Monsanto that just came out, instead of shoving it down their throats. Give them a reason to be curious. Give them a reason to want to align with the energy that you're releasing, and that's what the secret is. Align with the vibration that is attractive to your being, to your higher self, and others will be attracted to it. I hope that helps a little bit. And I will see you next week. Thank you very much. And please remember to comment below. Let's have a discussion about this. Please be nice to each other. Please be nice to me and everybody else involved in this discussion. The awakening is a very convoluted path. And we all need to be there to speak about it, to share about it, and to support each other on it. I'll see you next week, everybody. I love you very, very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.